Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Lurks Chapter 4 guide. Now, I won't lie, it has been a bit of a while, since I last played this. But here's the thing. For Chapter 4, I've been hearing is a hard chapter for some people. Gonna want to pick this up. Yeah, you can read this. Essentially, you have to be hiding every 2 minutes. Um, From what I've found, the strategy is to interact with this one. Then I believe you want to go this way. You're gonna wanna... You can outrun the beast, but not for long. Like, you can outrun him. And if you have your light on them, they will see you, and they might give chase. I personally haven't experimented much with the flashlight. All I do is I just simply, like, turn it off when I hide in a locker like this. And sometimes turn on the lookout. Sprint across to here. Should be a room. Yep, with a locker right here. Nothing. Man, I'm really not remembering this well. If you hide in the lockers, you can see him walk by, see the beast walk by, and they won't kill you. The major thing is that I've noticed that the beast can kill you in your locker if you're standing perfectly still. My guess for this is that their kill box can intersect with the wall, so it like shoots through the wall and it can kill you. Your general idea is just estimations. You're gonna wanna guess how long it takes for you to get to a certain locker and be in there so that you don't die when the timer in the top right ticks down. You can see him going. Now he's gone. And you're also gonna wanna listen to the footsteps. The footsteps indicate how close he is to you. However, I would say they are a bit misleading. Because it makes it seem as though he's closer than he actually is. And sometimes, the beast can theoretically, camp a generator, which, you have to essentially try and lure him away from the generator, which is why you have the sprint. But I mean, in the ideal world, you wouldn't have to deal with that. Yeah, we got time. Hit that one. You know what? I'm just gonna get in here and wait it out. Yeah, waiting it out is a pretty useful technique because here's the thing. Um, the thing about this chapter, which a lot of people probably stumble up on, is that they think they have to, like, every time they hide in a locker, the 2-minute timer resets. It's not like that. Every 2 minutes, there's a thing where it'll check, are you in a locker? If you are, then good. If you're not, then you die. This time is evidenced when the counter in the top right says die. There we go. And now we have to wait for a few seconds. And now we can go. If you're really lucky, you're moving in such a pattern where you never see the beast. And the reason why I'm calling him the beast is because I actually don't remember what he's called. They do have a name, I just can't remember it. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, he's camping that generator. So you have to try your best to try and lure him out of there. Yeah, that's the problem. Sometimes they'll just camp that generator and you can't do anything about it. So, yeah, that's... I mean, the chapter 4 is, I would say, it's the most trial and error chapter. You have to find a pattern that works for you. That's all I have to say. You have to find the pattern that works for you. For me, that pattern was the pattern that I showed off in the video. That was the pattern that worked for me. However, a different pattern might work for you depending on how you play. So I just recommend just finding a pattern for you that works for you. Because and sometimes you just have to shake it up a bit. And before you ask, no, I don't know where the monster starts. This is probably the chapter I'm the least knowledgeable on. Solely because it's just so it's just so unlike every other chapter that comes before it. Like, yeah, you had to hide in chapter 3, but that isn't much comparing to yeah, you hide in chapters 2 and 3. Then again, the hiding, you're not doing as much hiding in chapters 2 and 3 as you are in chapter 4 alone. I believe that there is still an exploit that you can do to just cheese chapter 5, but that'll come when the time comes. So yeah, the general thing is that it's a bunch of trial and error. You have to find what works and what doesn't work. And this video would have came out a lot sooner, but the major thing with this is that I just didn't really have much time to get this video out before, and yeah. So there just wasn't a lot of time that I had to do this, and because I was originally going to replay chapter 4 so that I knew exactly how to do this, but honestly, I just felt that chapter 4 being probably the hardest chapter in It Lurks, I didn't really want to go through the pain of playing through this chapter 4 again just for a guide. Also, a little bit of a fun fact, the monster glows red, so you can see them when they're coming from around the corner. Yeah, the game tries to trick you with the sounds of how close the monster really is. I would just say that you're just going to have to get used to how the sound works. Cause honestly, there's really no better solution. You just have to get used to it. Again, this chapter is mainly about trial and error and getting used to strange things because this chapter just throws so much new with the generator system hiding every 2 minutes. Yeah. And the reason why I don't try and do more stuff um before hiding is just because, it's a risk reward factor. I can either wait in the locker and maybe waste some time, or I could wait in the locker and maybe save some time because I don't die. It's just a very big risk reward system, and mainly it kind of just kind of relies upon miss it just relies heavily upon the fact that you don't really know what you're doing. The first couple times you play chapter 4, you just don't know what you're doing. So that's what it kind of relies upon, the fact that you don't know what's going on. Also, a little pro tip, the generator position, I know this is kind of late, but still, better late than never. The generators are in the exact same spots every time. It's just that they can sometimes be a pain to find. Yeah, the footsteps are like really weird because you can hear them from like a mile away. And even when they get loud, you're not exactly like right next to him. It just gets really confusing. Hopefully though, hopefully you'll be able to just adapt. Yeah, that red glow indicated that he was leaving the room. That was honestly a close one because sometimes the monster can detect you if you're in the locker, or not detect you, but like walk awfully close to you and end up killing you through the walls of the locker, which I find stupid. The monster shouldn't be able to just essentially essentially abuse the hitboxes of the game to kill you, but I mean, here we are. Then all you have to do is just interact, then push the button, and now the best thing you can do right now is just hide. Try and find a hallway with a nearby locker, because I believe it takes 2 minutes for the thing to like get fully ready. So your number one goal is just to find a locker while you wait, because chances are the monster won't kill you in the locker. And now all you have to do, yeah, it's my pro tips is that just it's trial and error, so don't get mad if the thing just randomly kills you. And the footsteps are deceiving. And the final tip, the final tip is that the monster will he essentially acts like SCP-096 if you've ever heard of it. Essentially, um well, it works like a buffed version of it. Essentially, what'll happen is that it can kill you, but if you look at its eyes for like more than a few for about like a second or something, it will proceed to get very mad and chase you. You can escape from the chase, but don't count on it because you need like almost full sprint. Yeah, that's the chase. You need a lot of sprint to get away and to find a locker. Yeah, you see the red. Yeah, that's the only problem with this. You can die at the very end and you have to restart. So yeah, it's I wouldn't say luck based, but then again it kind of is luck based. So yeah, just a lot of trial and error, and sometimes I don't even know how the AI works. I don't really even know how the AI works. If you're lucky, you won't even see it in your run. Sometimes you're just unlucky like I was, those two times where the AI can camp a generator or you just see him on the final thing and you're just dead. So, until next time, see ya.